All right, guys, for our second lesson, we are going to cover the topic of slope. Slope, the true definition of slope. I know half of you are going, well, it's rise over run. Well, it's this. Well, it's that. The true definition is the steepness of a line. Now, to find the slope, again, we're using y2, y1, x2, x1, all that good stuff. It's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which in other words is equal to how far it goes up, so the rise, over how far it goes over, so the run. There are different types of slope. Okay? Let's say I have a coordinate axis here. And I'm going to draw some dude riding a bike. Trying to get his exercise here. Don't make fun of my person riding their bike. They're pedaling as hard as they can. Let's say this guy wants to go uphill. He's trying to get a workout in. Well, uphill like that, he's putting out pressure. He's getting a good workout. That's a positive workout. Right? Let's say he's going downhill. He's not pedaling at all. He's using the brakes. That's no kind of workout. That's a negative workout. Let's say this dude is just coasting. Okay, that's not a negative workout. That's not a positive workout. That's a zero workout. Might want to be able to spell zero. There we go. Lastly, let's say this dude rides off a cliff. Well, if you ride off a cliff, sorry, no slope, you die. End of story. Don't ride off a cliff, so there's no slope. Okay? That's your four different types of slope. You have positive slope, you have zero slope, you have negative slope, and you have no slope. So next, you have two parallel lines. If you have two parallel lines, the slope of parallel lines, and if I spell something wrong, I don't care. The slope of parallel lines, what do we know about that? Well, think about it. Don't they have to be exact so they never touch? Okay? They are equal. Now, you have the slope of perpendicular lines. Now this time, two lines that are perpendicular. So I'm not going to draw them up and down like that. They're like this, and they have a 90-degree angle right there. What do you know about their slopes? Well, if you think about it, this one's going up at that degree. That one's going down at that degree. So they have to be, they are opposite reciprocals. Now, for those of you who don't know remember what a reciprocal is, in other words, change the sign. So if it was positive, it's now negative. If it was negative, it's now positive. And reciprocal means flip it over. That's all you got to do. Okay? So, let's do a couple examples. All we're going to do on this is find the slope. Okay, so the first one, they give us the points, -4, -2, and the second one is 2, -6. The slope is equal to y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Well, that's -6 plus 2, which is 4, and that's 2 plus 2, which is 6. Reduce. That's -4, sorry. Reduce and you get -2/3. There's your slope. Let's do a second one here. -3/8 and -7/5. So the slope here would be 5 minus 8 over -7 minus -3. Well, that's the same as -7 plus 3. So I'm going to end up with m is equal to -3 over -7 plus 3 is -4. So it ends up 3/4. Did I screw something up there? No. Now we're going to do 8/5 and -7/5. So the slope is 5 minus 5 over -7 minus 8, which gives me 0 over -15. Well, if 0 is on top, the answer is 0. So we have 0 slope. One more here. -3/8 and -3, -2. Just to warn you guys, the second problem I did on there is not on the preloaded notes. So here I have slope is equal to -2 minus 8 over -3 minus -3. So that's -3 plus 3. I end up with -10 over 0. Well, anybody who has had Ferrari before knows you cannot divide by 0. If you do, he will hunt you down forever. So if this is the case, then it is no slope, the empty set. That is not 0. Notice, if you like drawing lines through your zeros, get out of that habit. Upper levels math, that's the empty set. So that means there's no slope. And guess what? You die. All right? So, the next thing we're going to go over is finding the y-intercept and the slope. Well, this is so easy it's disgusting. How many of y'all remember y equal mx plus b? M is slope, b is y-intercept. So all you do is you take your equation they give us here, which is 3x plus 9y is equal to 7. You solve it for y. So 9y is equal to -3x plus 7. Divide by 9. Y is equal to -1/3 x plus 7/9. Well, it's pretty easy. M is equal to -1/3. Okay? B, the y-intercept, is equal to the point 0 and 7/9. That's your first example of those. The second one, all I'm going to give you is y equals 5. Now, is that in the form y equal mx plus b? Sure it is. This is the same as y equals 0 times x plus 5. So the slope is equal to 0, and the y-intercept is equal to 5. Done and done. That's how easy that was. The last type of problem you're going to see here, they're going to give you y equals 5/2 x minus 8. That's A, equation A. B, they're going to give you 15x plus 6y minus 10 is equal to 0. And C, they're going to give you 4x plus 10y is equal to 15. Well, all you need to look at here, they want you to tell which lines are parallel and which lines are perpendicular. Well, all you got to look at is slope. So here, I have the slope. Well, now I got to go back and solve this one. So I'm going to subtract the 15x. 6y is equal to negative 15x, and I move the 10y plus 10, or plus 10, not 10y, 10. We'll divide everything by 6. So y is equal to negative 15, 6x plus 10 over 6. Simplify it. Y is equal to negative 5 halves x. I'm sorry, I wrote this wrong. This should have been negative and that should have been positive. So that's positive 5 halves x plus 5 thirds. The last one, subtract your 4x. Divide by your 10. So that gives me negative 2/5 x plus 3 halves. Okay, so we go back here and here. Now I know all the slopes. Well, the slope of A and B is the same, so A is parallel to B. The slope of A and C are opposite reciprocals. So A is perpendicular to B. And the slopes of B and C are opposite reciprocals. Whoops, that should be a C. So B should be perpendicular to C. And that right there would be your answers. There's your second lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.